I spent hundreds of dollars in July chasing one goal, which was to become a funded trader. And for the first time in a long time, everything felt like it was starting to click. I passed every single eval that I bought. I had my best month ever trading. I feel like I was more disciplined than I've ever been in kind of my entire life. And somehow I got paid $0. And that doesn't make sense, right? Because once you think, oh yeah, you're trading the best you've ever done, once you're a profitable trader, you should be starting to make money. All these other things. No, bro, no, it's not how that works. Once you realize that once you become a profitable trader, that's when the real, like the actual test begins. Once you climb that mountain of profitability, you need to make sure that you maintain this standard. You can't go back down the mountain. You need to maintain the standard of profitability, right? And this video isn't about blowing accounts or taking massive losses. It's about having the biggest breakthrough you could have as a trader while still walking away with $0. At the end of every month, most traders look at their P&L, but that's not the number I'm really worried about. The main number I'm really worried about is how much I invested into this dream of becoming a full-time trader. And for me, this month, it was about $255. I bought 3 evaluations, 2 from myfundedfutures and 1 from Lucid, all 50K accounts, as well as the late nights editing these videos for YouTube, my trade reviews, as well as balancing a full-time job, my personal life, and all the time and energy that I put into this craft, as well as the YouTube as well. Literally putting every spare hour into trying to turn this dream into a reality type shit. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like that investment was actually paying off, right? My execution was improving. My confidence in my model was strengthening a lot. I was passing my evals. I was taking it with good size without being too scared and emotional. I was trusting the process more than ever. And because of that, I was able to get 3 funded accounts. And after months and 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 months of putting time, energy, and money into this dream, this past July felt different. It felt like I was acting and identifying with the trader that I needed to be in order to see this going long term. And this came in the form of past evaluations. Then I passed another one. Then I passed another one. All those certificates that I got, though, represented something more than just an achievement. It represented proof that all the blown accounts, all the money I invested, all the time I spent backtesting, all the early mornings pre-market I spent analyzing, waiting for New York Open, everything that I put into this, it felt like it was starting to pay off. And to be honest, it wasn't the P&L that necessarily changed me. It was the accountability. Ever since I started recording for YouTube, dropping these trade reviews and giving you the breakdowns and how my journey's going so far, it gives you that sense of accountability as far as you need to show up the next day. And do you want to be someone who needs to make a video every other day talking about, oh, I blew my funded today. I didn't manage risk well. I was impatient. I was greedy. I overtraded and revenge traded. And I'm not that type of guy. Like, I'm not going to be that type of guy. I'm going to come on here and show y'all it's consistent and this shit really worked, bro. Like, this shit is actually light. You just need to control yourself pretty much. And that's the type of person I want to represent on this channel. And because of that focus, I started to actually feel more convicted in my model. I gained more confidence taking it in summer price action, which is known to be the worst price action of the year. All because I decided to take radical ownership of my trading, radical ownership of my life in general. And for the first time, I wasn't measuring success off of whether I had a good trade or a bad trade, whether I was green or red on the day, but whether I followed the process day after day, week after week. And then there's the part that you don't really expect at all. The fact that I still withdrew $0. And this is where the story kind of changes a little bit, because once I hit those funded stages in these accounts, I wasn't chasing certificates anymore. I was chasing a payout. And ironically, it ended with me having $0 withdrawn from any of these prop firms, knowing damn well I'm a good enough trader to be able to have done so. And to be honest, bro, it's like a weird feeling just knowing that, yeah, I just have my best month ever trading, but I don't have anything to show for it except how I feel about it. It's kind of crazy, but when they talk about the loneliness of this particular job, it makes sense because you can't really make someone understand how you're feeling about the progress and growth that you feel like you've had in trading. It's so you can't even like comprehend it. You kind of just have to feel it once you get there at that specific point in time, if you ever get there. And for me, once I got into these funded accounts, my mindset kind of changed. I wasn't forcing setups or doing anything that was technically wrong. I was more so having a conflict with myself. I blew one account just because I wanted to see a dollar amount specifically get hit for the day instead of walking away from the charts when I'm up. And it's recognizing those points of greed and that internal like urge and fighting against that is what's really going to bring out the bad characteristics of your trading. Like it's that greed that caused me to overtrade, to over leverage, not even to revenge trade. I took a win on the day and I kept trading and I ended up giving it all back. And honestly, bro, like that's the thing that these funded accounts really expose. Like if you aren't the same trader in the evals as you are in a funded, it's gonna get exposed. It's not no light switch you flick on and off. It's literally, it's dead ass something that you need to just be. You need to just be a profitable trader on an eval and on the funded. You can't have that mindset shift at all. And I feel like that pressure kind of got to me a little bit, allowing me to get in that moment of greed and that over trading mindset to try and get as much as I can and, you know, do that, have that type of energy coming onto the charts when I really didn't have to. Like I literally didn't have to. I could have took my time and we'd be up right now. And honestly, I feel like that's the best part about it, because even though I lost that $250 in eval challenges for the month, it was actually worth it just because I'm walking away with new knowledge of myself, characteristics I need to work on, and a plan going forward with goals that I can put into action in order to change more of the identity that I want in order to become someone who can extract money from the markets consistently. And that's really all you want to do as a trader. Like this is literally all you want to do as a trader, like actually. Because once you realize the strategy isn't the problem, the execution isn't the problem, that's when everything's going to change. And that's what it did for me. And with that being said, we got to change our perspective. So we have new goals going into the month. We have new goals going into the week and for the next day. First goal, we only take one payout a month. Our goal is just one payout a month. We could take all 30 or 31 days to get this payout. We get 2, 3, 4, 5. That's cool too. Our goal is just one, and we take our time to scale from there. And you know, some people might sit back and say, "Oh man, these evals really broke you, man. Like you really had to lock in now." It's not even that, bro. Like once you go through something like this for months and months and months and months, you hit rock bottom and you trying to change and you finally try and change, you implement the strategies and the actions that you need to change. It's not that it broke me. It's that it clarified the mission. It clarified exactly what I need to do. All in all, the month didn't make me richer. It made me sharper as a person. I saw where my discipline kind of wobbles under pressure, especially in the funded, my lack of experience in the funded. And we can't take the blown accounts as failure, but we need to take it as training data. And if I'm being honest with you, spending that $255 on evals this month, I kind of felt a subconscious pressure, like a pressure to do well, a pressure to execute the best that I ever can, just because of the accountability I have with YouTube. And I'm kind of understanding now, I need to look at the price and the expenses as a tuition cost only. It's only a tuition cost, a business tax, however you want to look at it. If I keep putting pressure on myself instead of taking a deep ass breath, if I don't take any deep ass breath, I'm not going to be in the right mindset. I'm not even worried about my execution. But if I think I need more, if I think this isn't enough because YouTube might not think that this is a good enough payout, then I'm screwing myself. And you will be too if you are holding yourself accountable. Yeah, man. One pay at a time, one payout a month. We're going to be back at it. I seen that Topstep just dropped a 25K static account. I might hop on that. I'm not going to lie. We're not chasing any more dopamine. We are locked in. We're actually locked in. Make sure to subscribe or I'm beating your ass. I'm not beating your ass. I'm sorry. What can I say? Subscribe or your mom's a hoe. Lock in.